I had a single woman come in last week and she was in a relationship and she asked me if there was a possibility that a rebound would work. And I realized I haven't really talked to you all about rebound relationships and whether or not they work. And the answer to the question was yes, they can work, but it depends on what stage the person is who basically is in one, and whether they were the one who was left or the one who left someone in the previous relationship. So I was trying to figure out how I would best explain this, but I'm going to just say that if you're the one who was left in a relationship, then your ability to get through the relationship, to go on, is going to be more difficult. That makes sense, right? Because you're the one that got dumped, or you're the one that got left, abandoned by your partner. So the grief is going to be, it's something you obviously didn't want. You didn't have time to process what would happen if the two of you did leave. And so basically, you're going to, when you get through this, if you're in a relationship, it's quite possible that you could be more successful than the person who left someone. When you leave someone, you have time to kind of think about what you're going to do. There's something that you're missing in the relationship you're having. So because you've had this time to premeditate about it, to think it over, and actually take the action to leave someone else, it already means you have a better ideal in your mind. So in that case, I would feel or have more confidence that you would make a better choice in whoever you ended up rebounding with. However, that's not always true. And the reason it's not always true is rebounds are really tricky. And it depends why you're motivated to get out there again. Do you not like being alone? Do you feel desperate, like you can't believe this person that you broke up and now you're single? What are the reasons, especially, that you believe you're ready to get into a relationship? And then if you're in a relationship and it's the first one after your significant relationship, many times your friends and family will call it very loosely, it's a rebound, but it might not be. It might be something much deeper because you might have been in a better place of resolution and knowing what you wanted before you got into it. So let's just talk. Today I want to do the 5 stages of a rebound. And depending where you are in this stage, it really is what I rely on to help you understand whether this relationship can work or not. The first one is the pre-bound stage. That's basically right when you first get left or you're the person who left a partner. It's the very first relationship you have, and it might have been a blind date, it might have been a setup, it might have been anything. And that's not so important as your state of mind. The pre-bound stage is basically where your head is at. Did you resolve completely the last relationship? Are you completely over the ex? The more you can say yes to these, the better it's going to be for you in making this, what they call rebound, work. Secondly, the honeymoon stage. The honeymoon stage is when you're with a new person and everything just seems fantastic. In fact, it's so fantastic, it's unreal. And this usually will last 6 months, 6 to 9 months max. If it lasts over that, then I can't really call it a honeymoon stage. I'm not sure what I call it at that point because nothing is so good as a honeymoon stage. A honeymoon stage is when you only see this person's assets. You only see this person as almost perfect. Like, this is your soulmate. This is your lifetime partner. You can have feelings of that, but if you're stuck in that, then you're denying something. There's something going on underneath that you feel forced to almost feel that way or tell others you feel that way. because this stage is not healthy, basically, long term. Because, you know, we have to look at people in order to accept them and love them as their weaknesses and their strengths. Their weaknesses are actually what make us feel vulnerable and emotionally connected. If they have no weaknesses, that can be a real big problem in connecting and in emotional maturity and emotional connection. The next, the reality and conflict stage. This stage is when you start seeing the person's flaws. You start seeing their weaknesses. You start saying, oh my God, like this person is really messed up. I can't stay in this. In other words, you start pointing out little things that in your previous relationship you would not have stood for. The stage after this is when you get into the nostalgia and the comparison. This is the stage when you start comparing them to the most significant relationship you had. Oh my God, this person is completely like my ex, or this person eats like my ex, or this person has the same body as my ex, this person has the same attitudes about government as my ex, or this person is like, compared to my partner, this person is so bitchy and my partner was so nice. You start seeing the good and the bad of your partner, and you begin comparing them with the ex, and you may start having old feelings about your ex. So this is the true indicator of the epiphany stage. The epiphany stage is when you decide, oh my God, I made a terrible mistake. I need to go back. I need to contact my ex. They were truly the love of my life. Like this person is not them. They're not as good. They're not as good for me. I won't be able to grow with them. Or you can start seeing this person and comparing and saying, you know what? I was emotionally immature with my ex, or I was a big part of the problem with my ex. But with this person, like, I love them even though they are flawed. You start seeing real life with them. And you start, because you're able to accept them for who they are, you start attaching deeper. You start loving them more. You start really wanting to see and share a vision with them. At this point, this rebound would absolutely work. Once again, I'm using rebound very loosely because I think it's overused in society to mean anything that follows a significant relationship of your life. But I have seen rebounds work, and I've seen people who actually chose to love the person they were with in this second relationship, and they've had very strong connections and very stable relationships. So basically, the person that determines whether it will work is your understanding and resolution of that significant relationship, and being able to accept this new person into your life, flaws and all.